is up, you guys? So for today's video we're going to be doing a makeup declutter, and basically all I did was I went through all of my makeup and now I have this box of stuff that I am getting rid of, and I'm just gonna, I thought it might be interesting to just kind of talk about the stuff that I'm like moving out of my collection, just because, you know, I have a lot of makeup and I'm getting rid of a bunch of stuff, and it might be interesting to figure out like what I'm getting rid of and why, I don't know. And yeah, but I thought about filming this as like a going through with me as I decide what I'm going to declutter, but I decided that that was going to be really boring because I'm actually a really boring person and it would have been really long and boring. Anyway, I said boring like 20 times. Let's just get into this. The very first thing that I'm getting rid of, we'll start with a lipstick. I made a list of stuff, and so this probably is in no particular order, but that's okay. First thing I'm getting rid of is this lipstick from Wet n Wild. This is the shade Bare and All. This is like their Mega Last lipstick, I think is what it's called. It's only like a $2 thing. The reason I'm getting rid of this is that it's the same color as my lippy stick from ColourPop in the shade Aquarius, and I like the ColourPop formula better. These I feel like can be a little bit drying, and my ColourPop one is not. So yeah, I'm getting rid of this. But if you have been eyeing the ColourPop lippy and they don't ship to your country or whatever, but you can get Wet n Wild, Bare It All is the same color as Aquarius. The next one that I'm getting rid of is this NYX Liquid Lingerie in the shade Honeymoon. This is really similar to Jeffree Star's Posh Spice, and I obviously enjoy the Jeffree Star formula more. This is not my favorite formula of lipstick. I don't mind them, but they aren't my favorite, and so if I have one that I like better that's the same color, I'm obviously going to get rid of the one that I don't like as much, and that's the one I don't like as much. This one is Revlon's Liquid Lips, not liquid, what am I saying? This is like their lustrous, super lustrous lipstick in the shade Coral Berry. I love this shade, but I have a one that I just bought from Katy Perry called like Coral Cat, and they're basically the same color, and I enjoy the Katy Perry formula more. It's a little bit more matte, and I find that the Katy Perry one wears longer, so I'm getting rid of that one. This next one is from Makeup Revolution. This is the shade 100% Vamp. I think this is like their amazing lipstick. It was only like $3. It's just, it looks black in the tube, but it's purple. But I mean, I just have a couple of deep purples, and I just don't really wear deep purple that much, and this is definitely not my favorite formula of lipstick, which I'll talk about more. I'm gonna do a Makeup Revolution like brand overview kind of a video soon, so I'll talk about it more then. But you know, it's just not my favorite formula of lipstick, and I already have colors very similar to this in formulas that I like better, so that one's gone. This next one is the e.l.f. Baked Eyeshadow in the shade Pixie. I did really like this when I first got it. I thought it was really beautiful, but then when I was kind of decluttering my stuff and swatching everything, it's pretty much the same color as Weenie from ColourPop, except the ColourPop one is much better. The ColourPop one is smoother, more pigmented. This one, you have to get it wet to use it. Sorry, I dropped it, so it's gross. But you have to get this very wet with like a setting spray to use it, and it's still not as intense as the ColourPop one that I can just dip in and use. So I decided that I was gonna get rid of this one because I already have the color, but better. And then the next thing I'm getting rid of is this Hard Candy Sheer Envy Conceal Correct palette. It's like a color correcting palette, but as you can see, the colors are very sheer. I talked about this in, I had like a big drugstore haul review that I just talked about this in, that I'll link down below. But I mean, it's a nice thing. It just, I felt like, especially like under my eyes and stuff, I needed a bit more intense color correcting. But this was a nice palette if you don't have like really intense things that you need to conceal. But I replaced it with the, let me grab it. I replaced it with the NYX color correcting palette because the NYX one actually has a more peachy tone that I like, and the colors were a lot more pigmented. You can even see that they're going to be deeper and pigmented just looking at the two pans. So I'm getting rid of this one, but I mean, it's not bad if you don't have a lot of color correcting to do. It's nice, and it's only like $6. Up next, I'm getting rid of two of my Hard Candy Velvet Mousse. I'm getting rid of the shade Hibiscus, which is like electric coral. I just don't like this color at all, so I'm getting rid of that. And then the shade Tulip, this is the same color as Jeffree Star's Red Rum and ColourPop Creeper, and so I have those two. So, and this is, wait, what? I have those two lipsticks, and I like those formulas a lot better than this one, so I'm getting rid of this. Simple as that. But it's still a nice thing. I just have other colors similar to it, so there's no point of having 3 of the exact same red. Like, I mean, I'm extra, but I'm not that extra. Okay, next thing I'm getting rid of is this e.l.f. highlight and contour. I didn't mind the contour shades in this. One second. I did actually take one of the contour shades from this and I put it into my blush palette. I took this shade right here. Oops. I took this shade right, what am I doing? Okay, I took this shade right here out of the contour palette and put it in my blush palette because I did really enjoy this contour shade. So I'm keeping that one, and then I put this orange blush from the blush palette into there. Anyway, these highlight shades didn't work for me. They kind of created a weird texture in my eyes. I do have like a lot of fine lines under my eyes. I have huge pores right in here, so there's a lot of texture going on over there, and so I need a really smooth powder that's not gonna cling and like make that look like that, but these did that, and so not into that. And then this contour, I don't mind at all. It's actually a pretty nice contour, but to me it's not worth it to keep the whole palette when I just use the one contour. I'm looking at my viewfinder to figure out where to point. I don't know what I'm doing. Anyway, I didn't feel like it was worth it to keep the whole palette for just one contour shade, especially because I have 3 other contour palettes that I use more than this one. I don't reach for this ever, so I thought I might as well try and find it a new home. Okay, what's next? Oh, okay, up next is this NYX eyeshadow in the shade Hot Orange. This is like their primal color. And I like this. It's a pigmented color, but I mean, it's definitely more like red than orange. And when I bought my Morphe 350, that had a lot more like orange in it. And my Urban Decay Electric palette comes with a really nice, pretty similar red color that are basically the same. And so, I mean, to me, there's no point of keeping this one eyeshadow if I have ones that I'm going to use more, like the Urban Decay one, because it's a little bit more pigmented, I guess. I just like the Urban Decay one better. So, I mean, there's no point of keeping this around. It just takes up space. I never use it. Up next is this navy eyeliner. This is from NYC. It's their HD automatic eyeliner. This is just the shade navy. I got this for my graduation last year because my school colors were blue and gold, so my mom bought me some colorful makeup. This is a pretty cute eyeliner. I mean, it's very creamy and pigmented, and it's not a bad eyeliner. I still have the purple one. I have a purple one that I really use. I just never wear blue eyeliner, so I'm getting rid of it. Okay, up next is this huge palette. This was actually a hand-me-down from one of my friends. She gave this to me. She never used it, and so she gave it to me. I don't use it that much. I used it a lot when she first gave it to me, but I don't really use it anymore. I wish I would reach for it more, but I just never do. And this is called the Dream in Full Color. It's really pretty, and I mean, like, I'm kind of debating whether or not I want to see it go, but like, I haven't reached for it in months, literal months, and so I'm just like, why would I keep it? You know, like, I start to get weird and sentimental about things when I start giving stuff away. I start to get like, oh no, but I'm gonna one day in like 5 years be like, oh, I want to use this palette, that one shade, you know, and like I freak out and I'm like, I can't give this away, but I need to let go. It's time to just let go. Next up is this e.l.f. Lash Tint Mascara. First of all, this brush is non-existent. It's tiny. But this is just a lash tint. It doesn't give you any volume. It doesn't give you anything like that, which I love volumizing mascaras. I mean, I use like the Scandalized from Rimmel. Can we just laugh for a minute? Compare these two brushes. Here's the mascara brush I use every day, and here's this mascara brush. Like, it makes me giggle. Yeah, I never use it. All it does is tint your lashes black. I found that it just kind of did the thing under your eyes, you know, when you like look down, you get mascara under the eyeballs. Yeah, it did that thing. It did the thing. And I just was not into it. I don't know. But I did come for free in like, you know, they're always doing promotions on their site where if you spend like 20 bucks or 30 bucks, whatever, spend $30 on their site, they'll send you a free little kit of stuff, which is really cool, and I have found a few good things from those kits, but that was not one of them. So, but if you're into like really natural lashes, you might want to try that. Anyway, up next, these I got at Sephora for my birthday. They were like a sample. Like, they're these NARS like velvet matte lip pencil and satin lip pencil samples. I never ever reach for these ever. Like, when I first got them, I was so excited when I like went into Sephora on my birthday, because that's the only time I go to Sephora is in December when it's my birthday. so that I could get something for free because I don't make enough money to shop there regularly. So anyway, but these just, I never reached for them. Like, they're so nice, but I literally never reach for them. I don't think I have ever worn these. Like, I've swatched them and I've compared them to a couple of my other lipsticks. I just never reach for them. And so like I want to keep them and like force myself to use them, but then at the same time I don't want to be like forcing myself to use stuff. I don't know. So I'm getting rid of them. I'm just saying goodbye. We're done. Next is this foundation. I got this as a hand-me-down from my mother. She used this, didn't like it. She found that it was too drying, so I was like, hey, I have really oily skin, maybe I'll try it out. And I didn't mind like how the formula felt on my face. It was just a very thin consistency, and so it was very, no, not thin consistency, like low coverage. There we go. It was just very little coverage, and I like a more full coverage look. And this color was way too pink for me. Maybe you'll be able to see. Here's what I normally use, and here's this one. Like, can you see how much pinker the Visible Lift is? I mean, my skin is a little bit too yellow for this one, so I have to just say goodbye. And then next thing is this e.l.f. Smudge Pot in the shade Poppin' Party. This looked really pretty. I found it at the dollar store, and it just looked like it would be a very beautiful, reflective kind of purple shade, but when you actually swatch it, it's more like black with a slight hint of purple, if that makes sense. I just didn't like how it looked. It just became a very patchy, purpley black thing. I wasn't into it. So, I mean, I think I've used this once and I didn't like how it looked. It was like a bad makeup day. So yeah, we are definitely getting rid of that. And then the last thing is this L'Oreal Brow Stylist Designer. It's like a pencil with a spoolie on the end. I mean, it's not like the worst. It actually is really bad, I'm not gonna lie. But I bought this a really long time ago and it's just been sitting in my collection for some reason. I never got rid of it. But it's just a very hard pencil, and I don't know if that's just because this is like old, so it's like dried out. It's very hard and kind of like gives like a weird patchy look, you know? It's not very consistent when it draws like a line. And it's a very warm tone. And I like a slightly cooler tone brown because I feel like if I wear even the slightest bit of like a warm tone, like in my eyebrows, in my blush, you know, anything like that, I just turn very orange very fast. And so I need to say goodbye. Put it all back in the box. Back in the box. In the box. In the box. Okay guys, that's everything for today's video. I really hope you enjoyed it. If you did, be sure to subscribe to my channel, give this video a thumbs up, all that kind of stuff. And leave me any requests or comments either on Twitter, Tumblr, and Instagram, or in the comments section below. All my social medias will be linked in the doobly-doo. And yeah, have a good day, have a good life, and stay gold.